You see, every time a man stands up to glorify polygamy, I can't help but ask who really benefits from this arrangement. Now, recently, Ned Nwoko, said he feels sorry for men who marry just one wife. He even compared it to standing on one leg, saying that two or more wives bring balance and stability. Now, balance for who? Stability for who? Because if we are being honest, that statement doesn't just expose how some men think. It reveals how deeply selfish the idea of polygamy can sometimes be. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another story. It is Florence here, and this is Story Media, where we explore the truth behind the headlines. So, some few hours ago, it's not even up to 12 hours, when Ned Nwoko appeared on Channels Television. He was there on Channels Television actually to discuss political issues, and one thing related to the other, and the question popped up. How are you, enjoying, or how are you finding polygamy easy, or how are you finding married to four wives easy? Because it is not easy to maintain one wife, not to talk of four wives. And this is what Ned Nwoko said.
What are you here for? I'm just asking. By the way, why do you have four? I mean, how did you achieve that? That's incredible. Yeah, well, I'm sure you have a wife, but you also have girlfriends. That's no, difference. I don't actually. I'm a Christian. One wife. That's what the Bible preaches. I will make some research. Do some research about you. Please do. Find out. But in all of this, how do you manage it? Because it's incredibly difficult to even manage being with a partner. Not talk of 1, 2, 3, and 4. You don't have any regrets. The example I gave is this. Just imagine telling you to stand on one foot, on one leg. You know how difficult it is. But to stand on 2, 3, 4 is much more balanced. That's just the example I gave. Wow. Do you understand it? So I feel sorry for those who have one wives, because it's difficult to stand on one leg. And you don't have any regrets? No. If you have your way, you still will do the same thing again and again. Of course, yes.
He's trying to say that men need more women to meet their needs. It's like saying I can't be satisfied with one person's love, attention, or commitment. I need more. And this confirms what we have been saying since, that polygamy only benefits the men, even though they hide it or they dress it up in culture or religion. What happens to the women in this so-called balanced arrangement? What happens to them? In most polygamous homes, we know what happens in most polygamous homes. In most polygamous homes, women are taught to endure. They are taught to endure. They are told to accept the arrival of a new wife, to suppress that pain, to suppress their pain, to stay strong for their children. But inside, many of these women break. They break emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. Now you ask the question, what made Regina Daniels to start taking substance? It could be that she was emotionally broken. Watching four women sharing, your husband with you can be emotionally draining. Do you understand? No woman is comfortable with that, let me tell you. Now imagine the first wife who has spent years building her home, only to wake up one day and find another woman sharing the same man, the same love, the same attention. For four women, 4 days, sometimes the man will not be ready for action and you have to wait for maybe 1 week before you see your husband. Imagine that. So you think this doesn't affect these women? No matter how strong this society expects these women to be, they are human. They feel jealousy, pain, neglect, and rejection. And come to think about the rivalry that is between these women. The fights, sometimes. And when the man, spreads himself thin between several women, who really gets his attention? Who gets his time? Who gets his heart? The truth is, no one fully does. Everyone gets fragments. There's always the one that is most loved and the one who will get the bigger part of his heart, the bigger part of his time, the bigger part of his wealth, the bigger part of everything that he has and everything that is him. Think about the children. In homes where there are multiple wives, children often grow up in silent rivalry. You get it? Some compete for their father's love, some carry resentment from their mother's pain, and others grow up feeling neglected because daddy was too busy being balanced. So selfish. Balance that Ned Nwoko is talking about in polygamy is often an illusion. The father might think he's being fair, spending one night here, another night there, but emotionally, it's chaos. Children notice everything. They feel the tension. They hear the arguments. They sense the divide. And this is how generational pain begins, passed quietly from parent to children, from one home to another. Why the so called man is being balanced. Now, let's even leave emotions aside. Can most men who talk about polygamy truly afford it? Yes, Ned Nwoko can afford it. And now he is giving advice to other men not to remain with one wife. Polygamy is not for those with empty pockets or half commitments. Feeding multiple families, paying multiple school fees, handling medical bills, that's not stability. That's pressure. If polygamy means stability for Ned Nwoko, it might not mean stability for some other men. Yes, it might feel stable for him because he has the money. But what of those men that he is advising? Would they feel stable? Will it feel stable for them? Would they be emotionally stable, financially stable to take care of everyone crying upon his head? That's why you see some of these polygamous families, you see them, after the man might have gotten the wives and they have gotten the children, the women will now be the ones to cater for their own children. Each of the women will carry their own children and go and take care of. This man will focus on himself when he finds out that this is difficult for him to maintain now. He'll come and then now leave these women and their children to struggle quietly without talking. Don't get me wrong. Polygamy has existed for, centuries in African culture. The world has changed. Women now have voices, education, and independence. Love is no longer just a duty, it's partnership. So when men still glorify polygamy without considering how it affects women and children, it's not a culture, it's convenience. True stability in marriage doesn't come from the number of wives a man has. It comes from emotional maturity, honesty, and love. Now, if a man can't handle one wife with peace and respect, adding another won't fix it. So, my dear people, this is what I said. Let me share with you. I don't know what to think about it, but whatever you think, leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming this far with me. In case you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so now. Click on the bell icon so that you can easily access my upcoming posts. Like and share this video. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. God bless you. Bye bye. Bye.